Yo, my name's TJ. Welcome to the channel, and this is going to be the first of many workouts or sections of workout. I'll explain this in a second. But I do want to go over some of the foundations before I jump into the workout, or some of the framework, things you can expect from this video and videos like this to see if this is going to be something that will be beneficial to you. Now, my training goals, specifically because this is going to be one piece of many videos that I plan to put out that are my actual personal strength training program that I'm doing. My goal is strength. I am looking to get stronger with these workouts. Of course, they can be adjusted with variables to however you want them, but the goal of what I'm looking to do and this channel is build strength, build better movement, because I think in order to apply strength, you have to know how to move your body well, and then finally, building muscle. So strength, movement, muscle. That's what you can expect. And I have three main objectives that I want to get out of this sort of video series that I'll be doing. The first one is to share different exercises and ideas for programming that you can implement into your own personal programs, things that you may see or different types of training modalities to help improve the training that you're already doing. That's going to be my first objective. And then also the second objective would be to share the why behind why I'm doing some of these either exercises or why I would choose specific exercises over other ones based on, like, if you're a beginner, more advanced, or some of the reasons why I like specific exercises. So basically just sharing the why behind I'm choosing and doing certain things. And then finally, to help you get stronger and move better, so that way you can reach your own training and performance goals to reach your highest physical capabilities that you are looking to achieve. That is what you can expect from this in a nutshell. So let's get into the video and jump right into the workout. This is just going to be a warm-up set, so warming my body up. And before I fully get into the video, I want to preface by saying that this video is not going to be my entire workout. This is a section of the workout that I have done on this particular day. I've decided to break these videos up into relevant muscle groups and movement patterns. Whereas traditionally right now I'm doing whole body workouts. So I have part of my workout is upper body focused, the other part is going to be lower body focused. I tried to do a video where I included the entirety of my workout, but because of the way my workouts are structured with alternating from like upper and lower body exercises, it was here, there, everywhere. I felt like I couldn't focus on specific points that I wanted to talk about or had enough time to talk about with the way the video was laid out. So I've split it up into two separate sections where I focus on the lower body part of the workout and then the upper body part of the workout. Although you could use this as a whole workout if you needed to, or if you only wanted to focus on like some lower body parts. So yeah, warm up set with split squats to get my body ready and just get used to the movement, along with warming up my muscles, so getting some blood flowing to the muscles. And then I'm gradually warming up. So this is my second warm up set where I'm focused on some tempo work, where I'm controlling the descent down. A little more time under tension, get some more blood flowing through my quads and glutes. And I've added a little bit of weight, so that way I'm progressively warming my body up as I get into my next set, which is going to be a working set. Split squats, I think, are a great beginner option for lunging or learning how to lunge without the complexity of lunging. So you can build up your ability to move through this up and down motion, get some quad strength going, get some glute strength going, build some muscle with it, and learn how to do this particular movement without the complexity of the rhythm, timing, and coordination element that comes with, say, a walking lunge or like a backwards walking lunge, where you're having to step and you need this rhythm and coordination to go from your right leg to your left leg, up, down, and alternating through legs. It can get complicated and be difficult to do if you aren't used to it. So I think split squats really hone in on getting that beginner, like getting that movement and controlling how to go in through that lunge. So I like to have this as a piece of my training where I'm building just that specific movement, and then later on as the program progresses, I will get into more complex variations of lunges. So that's why I like the split squat, and it's not as complex, so it's easier to learn. It's more beginner friendly. That's why I like it. Now, the basic structure of my workouts, I set my workouts based around foundational movement patterns. Foundational movement patterns are the basis of all movement that we as people do. So all of our movement, for the most part, is going to be rooted in these different types of fundamental movement patterns. Lunges would be one of them. So like lunges, forward lunges, backward lunges, split squats, any type of variation of a lunge is going to be fundamental movement pattern. We have squats, whether that's back squats, overhead squats, or single leg squats. Hinges, which could be deadlifts, good mornings, or kettlebell swings. And then we have pulling patterns, which would be upper body work. We have horizontal pulling and vertical pulling, which would be things like rows and pull-ups. And then we have push patterns, which would be the same thing, horizontal and vertical push patterns, so like bench press or shoulder press. Bracing, which is a more core-focused fundamental movement pattern where we are isometrically engaging our core to lock everything in. And then we have rotation, so rotational movement patterns, throwing, punching, swinging. Those are all rotational movement patterns. And then locomotion. So getting from point A to point B, whether that's walking, backwards running, lateral shuffles, bear crawls, anything where you're moving your body from point A to point B, those essentially are going to be all of your foundational movement patterns. With my training, I take foundational movement patterns as the base, and then I build my workouts based around that. So once I have my foundational movement pattern, I then go into planes, which now I have switched over to these hip switches, which is going to be a frontal plane movement. With our planes of motion, we have the sagittal plane, which is this kind of forwards, backwards, up, down plane. So split squats would be a good example of sagittal plane movement. Front raises, bicep curls, deadlifts, squats, those are going to be sagittal plane movement. And then we have frontal plane movement, which is going to be our lateral movement, so moving our body laterally from left to right. That would be things like these hip switches, lateral lunges, Cossack squats, lateral raises, side plank dips. Those are all going to be frontal plane exercises. And then you have the transverse plane, which is also going to be a rotational plane, which is also a fundamental movement pattern. So my workouts are based around foundational movement patterns, and then after that I base them around moving through different planes of motion. Now, why is that important? This is very important, at least in terms of building strength and better movement, because it's going to build your movement patterns. So you're going to learn how to move your body efficiently and effectively. And then when you add the planes of motion, you're also learning how to train and move your body, not just through movement patterns, but to learn effective movement through different planes of motion in a more 360-degree complete manner. So I, for this workout, have split squats, sagittal plane exercise, hip switches, frontal plane exercise. Transverse stuff is not in this part of the video, but incorporating some sort of transverse plane movement. And then, once I have the foundational movement pattern set, the planes of motion set, then whatever time I have left, I incorporate whatever accessory work or things that I need to work on. So here I've got calf raises because my calves need a lot of work. A couple years ago, I blew out both of my calves and they're just not that strong. So I make it a point to incorporate calf strengthening and hypertrophy work into my calves because one, they need it. Two, I need to build muscle in it. Three, it's something that is hindering my explosive ability. So I'm still working on getting my vert back to where I want it to be. And because I got weak calves, I can't clear the goals that I have yet. So I fill in my accessory work oftentimes with calf work because I got to rebuild the muscle. So, anywho, so that's the basics of how I have this particular set of my workout structured, or the general way that I structure my workouts. And for me, it works great for building strength and building movement, since that is my goal. And I want to share that with you guys. So that's going to be it for this workout in particular, or this section of my workout in particular. I'll have the other video posted here in the future. And this is, kind of what you can expect from it going forward. Obviously, as I make more videos, I'll get better at this process and kind of laying everything out. But I wanted to share with you guys the workouts, that exercises that I'm doing, touch a little bit on, how I set things up. Like you saw my warm-ups, the eccentric work. I can emphasize or go over more details into these things. If you guys want, drop a comment down below. I'll be happy to spend time on specific things, why I'm doing certain things, if, or like explore a specific topic. And, some of the whys behind it, right? Like split squats being more beginner friendly as opposed to jumping right into walking lunges. And then, hopefully this helps you get stronger and improve your programming so that you can get better results in what you're doing with your training. So that's it. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one.